Hi, my name is YancyAbril, and I'm a singer-songwriter from New York. Growing up, I wasn't too proud to be Dominican-American for many different reasons. But now, as I'm getting older and I'm more comfortable with who I am, I want to make sure that I show my Dominican American heritage into my music, and everything that I grew up listening to, I somehow blend into my art, because I know that there are people that resonate with me and who I am, being Dominican American, growing up in New York City. And I just want to make sure that I embrace all that I am in my art, because running away from it just doesn't do you any good. And for the art as well, it's more authentic when you can say, like, yes, this is who I am, and I'm incorporating it into what I write. Also, with Back to Black, it was important for me to blend bachata with jazz, which are two genres that are very important to me. Jazz is something that I studied in college, and bachata is something that I grew up listening to. And it was my mom's idea as well to turn it into that style, into Spanglish bachata. And I think it was the coolest idea. I, of course, was a little hesitant because I'm a huge Amy Winehouse fan, and I don't know how I feel about people remaking her music, but it was a really great idea, and it felt right to record it. Everything that I record, I want to make sure that I somehow relate to or can perform in a way that makes you feel something, because I want you to feel my music, and I never want it to be like background sounds, if that makes sense. I want it to be something that you actually sit and listen to. I've had the honor of working with such iconic artists, and the one thing that I took from them is to come prepared to everything that you go to, any gig, any opportunity that you have to show everything that you've got. Come prepared, know your stuff, and be confident, because you deserve to be in that way. And unfortunately, this industry, or the whole world of entertainment, is just a very tough world to be in, so you gotta show up knowing your stuff. Man, I don't regret taking that flight to DR for just this one audition, because I truly believe that that year I grew so much as an artist. Of course, I've been doing music since I was a kid, and it's been my life. But being in that stage and in front of all those cameras, and knowing how to work the camera and how to answer questions in a certain way, really trained me a bit more in the direction that I wanted to go to. And I got better with my style. I got more comfortable on stage and with who I was. So when I came back to New York, I felt so much more prepared for what I wanted and the direction that I wanted to go. And everybody saw it as well. It was like this, out of my shell kind of thing. And also in between, before The Voice, it was a weird time in my life, personally, financially as well. So it was a tough time. But then I do believe that it was a blessing for me. My biggest takeaway when competing in The Voice is you need to be completely confident in yourself, because especially in that situation, you're being judged, of course, but you need to mentally prepare yourself for that and say, I belong here. I know what I'm here for. And in general, just being confident in your talent and learning. Just learn. You're a student of life. I always say, even when I'm 80 years old, I'm still going to be learning. So just be open to new things and criticism. I'm sure there is a particular performance, but I can't think of one. The only one that's coming to mind is one that I did at Heaven Can Wait. The venue is, it's nothing out of this world, but that particular performance was when I knew I was ready. I was ready for the next step in my career. And I think that was also around the time of The Voice, something like that. But I remember that performance. My mom came. I had a bunch of people come out for me, And they were just like, wow, like you've been amazing all these years, you know, but this one performance, we can tell that you're ready for that next step in your career. So I will always remember that. And not a lot of people showed up, but it's okay. I did my thing. But that particular one has always stuck with me. I'm always dipping my toes in anything possible that will help me grow. So of course my music, but then also pageantry, it all combined. With pageantry, it just, with all the coaching that I got, helped me with how I spoke, answered questions, how I felt on stage as well, and about myself. Yeah. So everything that I did is just, it helped me with who I was and how I wanted to feel about myself as a woman in music. I'm always on stage, so I have to feel good, and people can kind of feel that energy when you're not feeling it. And sometimes I did have performances like those, and I wanted to constantly evolve and just feel as confident as possible.